My name is Martin Lemon, and I've been involved with the International House Organisation for just about 40 years, which all started coming off a hot, dusty Shaftesbury Avenue in Piccadilly in July 1969, when I went into the school that was then there and interviewed by John Haycraft, who was the founder of International House. And to my great surprise, after only a few minutes of being interviewed, he said, "Martin, what I'd like you to do is to go to Italy and help start a school in Turin." Well, I was only 25 at the time, so you can imagine how surprised I felt. But I think it's, at this point I can say there were three things that impressed me about the International House Organisation. One, the immense enthusiasm of the teaching staff, of the administrative staff in what they were doing. This was something new to me, to see people so keen about what they were doing, teaching foreign students the English language. The second thing was the total belief that Haycraft had in me. No one had ever expressed this positive, this optimism, this belief that I could actually achieve something myself. And the third thing was the whole International House experience was anchored in professional training, that everything had to be done really well. And so we all had the story. You do the International House teacher training course, and everybody went through this experience. This subsequently became the TEFL course that is so well known today, run by Cambridge University. So that's how I got going. Off I went to Turin, and we stayed there for 4 years. I met my wife there, Michael, and together we ran a very happy, very successful English language school in North Italy. And I must admit that the first 6 months I found it all pretty nerve-wracking, but I enjoyed it. I loved the mix of education, I loved the mix with other nationalities, and I loved the business angle as well. The fact that you had to run soundly as a financial business. At the end of those 4 years, I was offered a job in Paris. And you can imagine by this time I was about 30, and the chance of working as a director of studies in charge of all the company teaching that we were running, teaching employees of professional concerns, was a very exciting prospect. And so off we went to France and stayed there for 4 very enjoyable years. And during that time I was given the opportunity to visit Japan with the purpose of studying testing techniques, in English language testing techniques in Japan. And I had a very enjoyable 3 weeks studying that and coming back and making a report to the International House Organisation about that. And about a year later, someone tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Look, Martin, would you like to go back to Japan and help run the organisation there?" At the time there were 2 schools in Tokyo and Osaka. My first job was to move the Osaka school to new and more modern premises, and then to grow more schools.